Ain't no negative thoughts going on in my head. Look, you need to check yourself before you start popping off about what's in the man's mind, yo. Next question.
It had to be tough losing a game like tonight's. How did it feel to not pull this one out?
It was bad. I mean, bad. That was our game, and it was sitting right there for the taking, and we threw it away. As you can see, I'm still worked up about it, to be honest. Coach had to calm me down in the locker room. Otherwise, I wouldn't have even come out here. Look, we just got to be better, and that's it.
That was your first official game as a starter. How'd it feel?
It felt great. To me, this is a huge step on the way to living the dream. I can't wait to see what the future has in store. Like, I know if my man Vic has anything to say about it, that things are about to get crazy. Real crazy. Anyway, that's all I got to say. Thank you.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA. We're joined by the legends Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And tonight our broadcast will be shifting to Minneapolis, where we'll see the Timberwolves going up against the Philadelphia 76ers. Checking out the 76ers, it hasn't been the start to the season they'd envisioned. 1-7. The pressure's on. And Joel Embiid missed all of last season with an injury. Now that he's getting some action on the floor, Kenny, how do you see him developing?
Well, he's very fluid. You know, he's got great movement, gets up and down the floor for his size. You know, he's got really good footwork for a guy who's been sitting out that long. He's a legitimate 7-footer, Shaq, and, you know, those are rare and hard to find.
You know, I like his game because he can face up, play with his back to the basket.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Welcome, basketball fans, to a very special Veterans Day edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. The Timberwolves looking to make the most out of their home court advantage here at the Target Center in downtown Minneapolis. They're pretty rattled right now after a road trip in which they did not win a game. Now they hope to get back on track here at home.
And I think for Minnesota, they weren't really being talked about as contenders coming into the season, but they have entered that conversation.
Just shows you how futile it is to try to predict what's going to happen before a season. I mean, it's been a great year for them, and they've still got plenty of room to improve for the postseason.
A look at the 76ers starting group. Freak, he's in at point guard. Robert Covington out there with Tyler Hansbrough. Then there's Nerlens Noel, and it's Oakley in at the 2. Now here's Muhammad. Just 5 to shoot. Garnett the pass to Muhammad. The 11-footer. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Towns has got the first basket of the game for Minnesota. We're about 1 minute into the first. Freak kicks to Noel. Shoots. Good on the short little jump shot. Philadelphia on D. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Yeah, they lost the momentum, and it's a bit surprising that that one got away from them because for long stretches, they were the better team.
Well, if you only looked at the stat sheet, you'd have a hard time figuring out how they lost it. I mean, it was a case of a few small things, some of the intangibles that didn't go their way in the end.
Now here's Freak after the miss from Ricky Rubio. Freak with it, guarded now by Rubio. There's a screen by Noel. Covington dishes to Noel. Can't connect from 13 feet out. Timberwolves have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. They set the pick, and stolen by Noel. Here's Covington. Noel, a screen on Barnes. Here's Covington, 6 to shoot. A 3 ball. Muhammad grabs the board. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. The drive by Rubio. Barnes up top, uncovered, and he gets the jumper to drop. Barnes has got his first bucket of the night. 76ers trailing. Now here's Freak. He's coming off a 13-point game against Boston.
And also, he competed on the backboards. That also had a lot to do with the game.
And Ricky Rubio gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Minnesota on D, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. That one on Muhammad.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
The 76ers shooting their first free throws of the night.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70% as a team from the line.
And, you know, there was plenty of blame to go around for that. I mean, it wasn't just one or two guys. I mean, for the most part, the entire team struggled.
Good on the second free throw. We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. He kicks it to Rubio. There's the screen from the stripe. Here's Garnett. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Garnett's got his first points in this one.
Terrific assist that time by Rubio.
Now here's Freak, covered by Rubio. Good.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. First quarter play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Hansbrough against Garnett. 5 to shoot. And Rubio kicks to Garnett. There's the 3. Here's Towns. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
And that one's good. Free.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
All right, Target Center, coming on the court now are your Timberwolves dancers. Come on, give it up.
Take a look at numbers for Town. A very nice season for him last year. Put up about 14 points per, 9 rebounds, and 2.
He still has a ways to go, but I like what I'm seeing right now.
Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Minnesota. And the 76ers also making a change. Embiid's checked in. Here's Rubio. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against the Wizards in Washington.
And how about how opportunistic he was defensively? Steal after steal for him in that game just showed the quickness of his hands and anticipation.
Now, Freak. After the missed 3 from Rubio. Covington's shot is off.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Can't get it to go.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
Oakley with it. Guarded now by Rubio. There's a good screen. The dish now to Freak. They get it back. Embiid uses the glass to finish the layup. Embiid's got his first points of the night.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only drive the coach crazy, that stuff gets under my skin.
2 open that time. Made it look too easy. Barnes has got 5.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Yes, Freak.
Rubio with it. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Pass to Towns. That's in. Coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got 3 assists now in this one. We'll go to Doris Burke, who moments ago spoke with head coach Flip Saunders. And, Doris, what do you have to say?
Kevin, he said he expects their interior defense to be airtight tonight. He said shot blocking is something our team can really hang its hat on. That ability to contest and deny shots inside frees us up to be more aggressive on the perimeter. So in a sense, it's really the foundation for us defensively. Guys, we'll see if they can build on that to secure the W.
Thank you very much, Doris. So it's mainly about defense for them early on.
Yeah, and it won't just be early. I mean, it'll be about D all game long.
Yeah, and he made that point very clear.
Minnesota in the lead. So to begin the second quarter for the Philadelphia 76ers, Freak in at point guard. Joel Embiid out there with Carl Landry. Then it's Tony Roten. And it's Covington in at the 3 spot. Here's Levine. Rebound by the 76ers. This is their first chance this season playing the Timberwolves.
An interconference matchup. They faced these guys twice a season, and last year they took both games.
2 teams in the bottom of the East and West, as you said. These regular season victories count. For more. Both hungry for a win tonight.
Well, Clark, we've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
Yeah, we sure have. I mean, it's been a bit of a windshield wiper game. I mean, back and forth, the lead has gone 5 times, so no one in clear control yet.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Embiid the screen. Stolen by Levine. One-on-one here. Here's Muhammad. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved a layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And just a shade over 70% from the line a season ago. That's an area I'm sure he wants to improve.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Towns, he's checked in for Nikola Pekovic. Garnett comes in for Gorgie Dang. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Levine. Nerlens Noel checks in for the 76ers. Hansbrough's come in for Carl Landry. The 76ers have shot 3 of 6 at the foul line. And he makes the first. And Philadelphia making a change here. Oakley's checked in.
Lock it up, fellas. Lock it up.
And both free throws good from Freak. And Minnesota has possession. Trailing by 2. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
And one of the factors, Kevin, that really hurt them in that game, the lack of success at the foul line. We all know how much those free throw woes can cost you.
And it gave those opposing fans a boost every time another foul shot clanged off the rim. I mean, that's an easy way to get the home crowd in your grill.
The 76ers shooting well, 50% from the floor. Pass to Hansbrough. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Here's Noel. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Noel's got the lead up to 2 now for the 76ers. And Rubio kicks to Barnes. Back to Rubio. There's the pass to Garnett. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Garnett, the screen. And Rubio kicks to Garnett. It's blocked. Now the 76ers on the break. Freak with the ball. Good on the shot. Oakley's got 6.
That's a terrific sequence at both. Ends of the floor. They block the shot and recover it for the fast break finish.
All right, target center, coming out of the court now are your Timberwolves dancers. Come on, give it up.
A look now at where the Timberwolves ranked in the NBA last year. First in free throw percentage, fourth in rebounding. And also, they were in the top 10 when it came to fast break points. I mean, they weren't afraid to play the game at a fast pace and run a little bit.
And don't forget how special they were at the foul line. Sometimes that can be an underrated stat, but they were tremendous, and it definitely sealed some wins down the stretch.
Poked loose and stolen by Noel. Here's Freak. Does not score with that shot. It's his second miss against two made shots. Towns sets the pick for Rubio. Now here's Muhammad. He's guarded closely. Solid defense there from Freak. The 76ers lead. Hansbrough, a screen on Rubio. Freak passes to Hansbrough. Softly drops in the floater.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Rubio dishes to Garnett. Back to Rubio. And he gets the kind bounce as that one drops in for him. Rubio's got his first basket of the night. And now let's have a look at the teams that were last year's best from the free throw line. The Timberwolves, number 1.
You know, they made that a point of emphasis a season ago. I mean, they spent a lot of time in practice drilling their free throws, and I think it really paid off with the best percentage in the league.
Now let's send it to Doris on the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Celtics looked really strong. He finished with 13 points, and he was a mainstay at the free throw line, getting a fair amount of his points off of fouls. A nice showing for him in what has been a rough start to the season for his team.
Thank you, Doris. He was the player they leaned on that night. He didn't disappoint them.
Not at all. Came through in a big way. Whatever they needed from him, he was able to deliver.
Well, I think he actually gave them a little more than what they needed. Terrific all-around effort.
Count the bucket. Clark, a lot of give and take between these sides early.
Kevin, how about 6 lead changes in this half already?
Yeah, and both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
Oakley kicks to Covington. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys. So that's a free basket right there.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressive.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far.
Well, Ricky...
Okay, guys, let's focus and get down to business. Now, here's a few things I took away from the first half. They look absolutely helpless out there to contain our low-post offense. And the more that continues in the second half, the more beat up and dejected they're going to be. I will point out that all the steals we got in that half as something we can build on. We pestered them with our D. That was great. And let's head out there in the third with one play in mind that will get our offense rolling. The pick and roll. Let's see what kind of answer they have for that. We know we can take their best punches and hang with them. Now it's time to hit them with everything we got and see how they handle it.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now.
Some good numbers for Barnes. He has 8 points, and he's picked up 6 points from behind the arc.
I love the rhythm his outside stroke has produced today.
And here's Freak. In the backcourt, Rubio and Muhammad. Garnett out there with Barnes. And it's Towns in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group starting the second half for Flip Saunders. And Clark, a great competitive game so far.
Yeah, tit for tat. I mean, back and forth, plenty of lead changes, and excellent play.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
They set the pick. Garnett, the screen. Rubio, the pass to Barnes. Brown. Here's Covington. Hansbrough inside. Muhammad covering. Now he holds the reins to this team, and we're seeing some examples, guys.
And that's the kind of take charge leadership that every team desperately needs.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Hansbrough hits them both. Timberwolves trail by 3. And Rubio kicks to Barnes. Back to Rubio. Garnett, the screen. Timberwolves passing it around. They set the pick. Shot clock at 3. Rubio outside. And the shot is long. The 76ers leading by 3. Here's Freak. Got a hand on it. Now, here's Rubio. He's tightly guarded. Out left to the wing. Here's Muhammad. And it's Freak with the rebound. Philadelphia's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Passes it to Covington. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And now taking a look at some numbers for Noel. A very nice season for him last year. Last season put up about 10 points a game. 9 rebounds, then just over 2 blocks. And you talk about a difference maker. He's a factor inside with his length and activity.
Exactly what you want from your bigs. Protect the rim, pound the glass, and intimidate. It's been a cold spell for them coming out of the half, missing their first 3 shots. A tough start.
Covington with the bucket.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
That's a big donut, folks, here to start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
Now here's Freak. Muhammad covering. Garnett with the block. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Shot to stop the drought. That's good, and the 76ers lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Rubio.
And they get one. Now 1 of 5 here in the third.